Have you ever felt the heat rise in your chest, the pulse quicken, your breath shorten, and all you want is to say something, anything, just to release that pressure? But what if the most powerful thing you could ever say in that moment was absolutely nothing? In a world where everyone's talking, shouting, tweeting, arguing, silence has become almost a rebellion, a skill, a weapon. What if I told you that silence isn't weakness, it's wisdom? Today, we're diving deep into 6 powerful moments where silence isn't just golden. It's stoic, strategic, and life-changing. These aren't just tips, they're ancient truths that can transform how you respond to life's chaos. So, sit back, clear the noise, because by the end of this video, you might just see silence not as an absence, but as an answer. Let's begin. We've all been there. Someone says something that cuts like a blade. Maybe it's disrespect, maybe it's betrayal, and before your brain can catch up, your mouth is ready to strike. You feel it building, the urge to respond, to defend, to retaliate. Words sharpen on your tongue like knives. But here's the truth. Anger clouds judgment. And what we say, in anger, often becomes our deepest regret. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus put it, if someone does wrong, the offense is theirs, but the reaction is yours. Let that sink in. In those heated moments, your words can either ignite a fire or put it out. You might think silence is weakness, that it means you're backing down, but in truth, it's the strongest move you can make. The Stoics knew that silence isn't passive. It's an active choice, a pause. Take a breath, count to 10. Let the storm pass inside before you respond outside. That space, that pause, that's where clarity lives. When you don't give in to the moment, you're not just avoiding a shouting match, you're protecting your peace, your dignity, and your power. Because once words are spoken, they can't be taken back. But silence, it gives you options. Let's face it, in the age of the internet, we're all tempted to speak up, to weigh in, react, comment, post. But how often have you said something, only to later realize you didn't have the whole picture? In a world overflowing with misinformation and hot takes, the Stoics urge us to take a step back. Speak only when your words are rooted in truth. Better to remain silent and be thought wise than to speak and remove all doubt. That's not Stoic, it's Abraham Lincoln, but the Stoics would have applauded him. Rushing to speak without knowing the facts isn't just risky, it can hurt your reputation. Silence in this case is intelligence in action. Instead of jumping into debates or spreading rumors, choose to wait. Do your research. Reflect. Ask yourself, do I truly understand what's happening here? Or am I just adding noise to the noise? Because when you do speak, when your words are accurate, informed and thoughtful, they carry real weight. They earn respect. And that's the Stoic way. Don't fear silence. Fear ignorance disguised as certainty. Let's talk about confrontation. It's uncomfortable, necessary, and sometimes explosive. There are moments when something needs to be said. A boundary needs to be set. A truth needs to be told. But here's the thing. Just because you're ready to speak doesn't mean it's the right time to do it. Imagine this. You're in the middle of a heated argument. Your heart's pounding. Your mind's racing. You know you're right. You want to win. But at that moment, your words won't land with clarity. They'll land like grenades. Seneca, one of the great Stoic minds, warned, whenever we are angry, we are on the verge of making a mistake. Let that guide you. The truth is, speaking in the heat of the moment often does more damage than good. Emotions distort clarity. Even if your message is valid, your tone, your timing, your energy, all of it can backfire. So what's the Stoic move? Wait. Hold the silence like a sword in its sheath, ready but not reckless. Give yourself time. Let emotions settle. Let clarity return. Then, and only then, when both your heart and mind are aligned, speak. Because when truth is delivered with calm, it becomes undeniable. But when it's wrapped in rage, it's easily dismissed. Remember, silence isn't about avoidance, it's about precision. Stay tuned for the next 3 life-changing situations where silence becomes your greatest ally. Because once you learn how to master the moments you don't speak, you unlock a whole new power. The power to control not just your words, but your life. As we saw earlier, holding your tongue in moments of anger or poorly timed confrontation isn't about suppressing your voice. It's about reclaiming your clarity. Because when you choose silence with intention, you give yourself space to think wisely and respond with strength. Now let's continue with the next 3 moments when silence speaks louder than any words you could say. In today's world, where conversations often feel like competitions, who can talk faster, louder, or more persuasively, we often forget one simple, powerful truth. Listening is a superpower, and silence, it's the doorway to it. Think about it. How many times have you found yourself halfway through someone's sentence, already forming your response, or waiting for them to pause, just so you can jump in with your opinion? It's instinctual. We all want to be heard. But the Stoics had a different idea. Marcus Aurelius, emperor and philosopher, believed that reason should guide our thoughts. But how can we reason clearly if we never pause long enough to truly hear? Silence, in a conversation, isn't about being passive or disengaged. It's about being fully present. When you choose not to interrupt, when you resist the urge to dominate the discussion, you create something powerful, space for understanding. Whether it's a heated discussion with a coworker, a heartfelt moment with a loved one, or a friend, sharing something vulnerable, silence gives you the chance to absorb more than just words. You absorb meaning. By choosing to stay quiet and listen deeply, you're saying, I value your words. I'm here, not just to reply, but to understand. And when it's finally your turn to speak, your response carries more weight, because it's been shaped by attention, not reaction. This kind of listening isn't just good manners. It's emotional intelligence in action. It builds stronger relationships, dissolves tension, and leads to wiser, more reasoned dialogue. So next time you feel that familiar urge to jump in, pause. Let the silence do its work. Sometimes the most respectful, powerful thing you can offer someone is your silence. Let's be honest. Gossip is tempting. That juicy story, that whispered secret, that subtle criticism. It's a fast track to feeling included, even powerful. But at what cost? The Stoics warned against this kind of idle talk. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Don't waste what's left of your life talking about what others are doing, unless it serves a higher purpose." It's a striking reminder. Gossip may feel light, even harmless in the moment, but it leaves behind a residue, a subtle erosion of trust, dignity, and inner strength. Because here's what gossip really says, that we're focused on tearing others down instead of building ourselves up. It's easy to talk behind someone's back. It's much harder and braver to stay silent when the room invites you to judge. And silence in this situation, it's not awkward or evasive. It's protective. It shields your integrity. It says, I don't need to join this conversation to feel important. More than that, refusing to gossip uplifts the tone of any space you're in. It sets a standard. It inspires others to do the same. Because gossip isn't just toxic to the person being discussed, it poisons the speaker, too. It chips away at your self-respect and creates a habit of negativity. But when you choose silence instead, when you hold your words, smile politely, and move the conversation forward, you're not just avoiding harm. You're showing strength, class, and wisdom. And that kind of silence, it speaks volumes. Finally, there are those quiet moments when the noise of the world fades and you're left alone with your thoughts. No distractions, no conversations, just you. This is the silence that the Stoics cherished most, the silence of introspection. Because without it, how can we truly know ourselves? In the chaos of daily life, the emails, deadlines, notifications, conversations, it's so easy to lose touch with who we are and where we're going. But when you pause, unplug, and turn inward, something remarkable happens. You begin to see yourself clearly. Maybe you're journaling, maybe you're sitting in meditation, or maybe you're just walking in nature, letting your thoughts breathe. In these moments, silence becomes your guide, helping you process your emotions, recenter your intentions, and refocus your energy. The Stoics believed that regular reflection was essential to a virtuous life, not to dwell on the past, but to learn from it, not to fear the future, but to prepare for it. This kind of silence helps you track your growth, align with your core values, and make better decisions. It grounds you. It reminds you what truly matters, beyond the noise of success, failure, praise, or criticism. So carve out those quiet moments. Embrace them, because they're not empty. They're where transformation begins. As we've seen, silence isn't a void, it's a choice, a powerful one. In 6 distinct moments, when you're angry, when facts are unclear, when the timing is wrong, when someone else is speaking, when gossip beckons, and when you're reflecting inward, silence becomes your ally. It protects you. It strengthens you. It gives you room to think, grow, and respond with intention instead of reaction. Because not every thought deserves a voice. Not every opinion needs to be shared. And not every challenge requires your words. Sometimes, saying nothing is the most powerful thing you can do. If this video gave you something to reflect on, give it a like and subscribe for more Stoic insights every week. Share your thoughts in the comments. Which situation hit home for you? Remember, your silence isn't emptiness. It's discipline, it's self-mastery, and it might just be your greatest strength. See you in the next video. Stay silent, stay strong, stay stoic.